And to you, good day.
My name is Brandy, and I have a question about life purpose.
The life purpose in general, if we may proceed right now.
No, thank you. Hold on. No, life purpose.
You don't want us to proceed with an answer yet?
I have a question about life purpose, and the life
Yes.
purpose question is, do we have one life purpose, or do we have many life purposes?
Yes, well, you see, I was going to answer your question. So, would you like me to go ahead and answer it?
Yes, please.
Thank you. First of all, the fundamental purpose for all of you is the same. Absolutely the same. It is to be you as fully as you possibly can. That's it. That's your purpose. Now, how you go about expressing that purpose, that's a different issue. You can express your purpose in a number of different ways. Whatever excites you the most at that moment will be the highest expression of your purpose of being yourself as fully as you can. And obviously, as you know, your excitement and the expression of your excitement can change throughout your lifetime. So while there are many different ways you can express your purpose is the same as everyone's, to be you as fully as you possibly can. Does that answer your question?
Yes, there's another part to it.
All right.
My purpose keeps on shifting.
I just told you it would.
As a very...
It's not that your purpose is shifting, the expression of your purpose is shifting, and that's natural because your excitement will shift. Your expression of it will shift as you change, as you grow, as you become a different person. You'll express your purpose differently. The purpose hasn't shifted. The purpose is still to be you, whatever that means, as fully as you can be.
Okay, so I have a family now, and then I'm also a career woman.
Yes.
And so that shift the focus from a download that I had about creating new systems and being a bridge from the higher frequencies into the third dimensional frequencies.
Yes.
Allowing our planet, what we know here as Earth,
yes.
to shift the economic system. So as a parent,
yes.
I haven't been able to find the balance in time with family and being that my highest value.
Then you may not actually be acting on your highest excitement to the best of your ability or doing the things that excite you in the most exciting way you could be doing them. Because any resistance, any difficulty that you may experience in things arranging themselves in the proper timing would be the result of not necessarily having a clear definition or a clear expression of your excitement. So you may have old, outdated definitions that are holding you back, making it appear as if you cannot do these things in proper timing or in the proper order or have time to do them. That would be a sign that there is some definition within you that is not allowing you to experience your excitement in the purest possible way. Because excitement is a complete kit by definition. It contains every single thing you need that's relevant in your life, and it leaves absolutely nothing out that needs to be in your life as a representation of your excitement. So when you talk about the idea of being excited to have a career, you talk about the idea of being excited to have a family, you talk about the idea of being excited to bring information into the earth that can help with the transformation, all these things can work together when you have a purer approach, a clearer approach, a cleaner approach to the very idea of what it means to act on your excitement. The excitement kit, when you follow the formula, acting on your highest excitement every moment that you can to the best that you are able, taking it as far as you can till you can take it no further with absolutely zero insistence on what the outcome ought to look like, the most important factor, you activate the kit of excitement. The kit of excitement contains the following tools, automatically activated. It becomes the driving engine of your life, moving you through the life. It becomes the organizing principle, presenting to you through synchronicity the things you need to do in what order you need to do them. It becomes the path of least resistance in your life so that you experience these things in the most effortless way possible. It becomes the path that connects you to all other expressions of your excitement, no matter what form they may come in. It becomes the reflective mirror that reveals to you anything within you that might be out of alignment with your excitement so that you can identify it and let it go and add its energy to your excitement and grow in that way. And it absolutely, as we said, leaves nothing relevant out of your life that needs to be there as an expression of your excitement, because excitement is the thread that leads to all other excitement, that connects to all other excitement. So the thing to do is examine your beliefs that you've been taught about your relationship to these ideas and understand them as different expressions of your purpose, your overall excitement of being yourself, and allow yourself to develop more streamlined, more modern definitions of how to go about relating to these different circumstances so that you can clear away the chaff, get down to the kernel of each thing, and then see that there is more than enough automatic time and timing in which everything that you actually need to do that is representative of your excitement can happen in the proper order. That's how it works. Is this making some sense to you?
I'm excited.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please again remember, we are not dealing with philosophy here. We are dealing with physics. We are describing energy physics. We are describing equations of how the mechanism of existence actually works, what the structure actually is, so that you can understand how to use it as a toolkit. Because it works, it automatically works. You don't have to make it work, you just have to allow it to work. That's all you need to do, is back off the idea of having to make it happen and let the things happen that need to happen in your life, because your higher mind already knows what those things are, even if your physical mind doesn't, because your physical mind isn't designed to know how everything is going to happen. It's only designed to know what's happening right now. That's its purpose, to give you an experience of what's happening right now as a physical being. The idea of how something is going to come about is the purview of the higher mind. So let it do its job. Don't try to do its job for it. Your physical mind isn't equipped to do so. It's not designed to do so, and it doesn't need to be. All your physical mind needs to do is be in the state that is your preferred state, and allow the higher mind to bring you the circumstances and situations and opportunities that are representative of that state, and then act on them in the most positive way that you possibly can, and enjoy the ride. That's physical reality. Yes? All right.
Hi, Bashar.
Oh, well said.
Bashar,
Yes, and to you, good day.
do you know everything?
I don't know.
Just
We
checking.
know what we need to know when we need to know it. We don't actually function with what you call a memory. We simply know what we need to know when we need to know it, and if we don't know it, we don't need to. That's how it works. So, of course, we don't know everything. We only know what we need to know. But we also know that if we do need to know something, we will know it. Not a second later than we need to know it, but also not a second sooner than we need to know it. We perfectly trust the timing and the sync.
Yes. Can you please talk about karma and past lives related
Yes.
to animals?
All right, but first and foremost, we have to again lay out some definitions that are a little bit different than many of the ones that the people on your planet have of these terms. There is no such thing really as the past or the future. These are alternate parallel realities that exist simultaneously with you. Do you follow me so far? Everything exists here and now, all at once. But it's separated, in a sense, experientially, by different frequencies. Much in the same way that you know your television sets operate. If you're watching one program and then change the channel, the other program that you were watching a moment ago may still be running. It hasn't ceased to exist. It's not really in the past. You've just shifted frequencies. So the idea of past lives, future lives, are actually being lived right now by the people that those lives are. And you, from the present, are just connecting to them energetically, informationally, to download whatever experience and information you may need from their lives in order to inform your exploration of life here and now in your life, in much the same way that they may be doing the same thing with you and taking experience and information that you're learning and applying it in their lives. You as a person have never been them. They as a person will never be you because you both exist at the same time. Now, you might both be extensions of the same Oversoul, and from that level, as an Oversoul, you might say, I am both of these lives. But as a person, you never were any other person, you never will be another person. Because everyone already exists, and every person is unto themselves unique and exists at the same time that you do. So the idea of past lives and reincarnation is a perspective from linear space-time. You're describing an effect rather than the mechanism. Do you understand? You can create an experience. Absolutely. You can create the experience of having had another life and being another person and then reincarnating as another person. But that's a space-time perspective that isn't an accurate description of the mechanism that's actually in play. Do you follow me so far? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. So when you ask, have I had these other lives, or what about reincarnation for humans or animals or what have you, you must understand the basic framework is that everything exists all at once, but connections are made. And because you're existing right now or focused right now in a space-time linear perspective, you perceive that energetic connection that is being made from the present as if it's something having to do with the past, because that's how you recognize or frame or order or organize your idea of yourself in a space-time structure. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so, it's the same for the animals. They're all connected to what they need to be connected to. And another thing to understand when you're talking about these kinds of connections is that they're dynamic. They're always changing. Many people on your planet have this idea that a so-called past life is always your past life. No. As you become a different person, you might have different past lives. Because you don't need to connect to that one anymore. You need to connect to something else. So it's a dynamic, ever-changing system. It's not static. Karma is simply a self-imposed state of being that recognizes that you may have been out of alignment, out of balance with your true self, and it's an urge to go back into alignment, an urge to go back into balance, an urge to realign with creation in a more fundamental way. That's all karma is. It's completely self-imposed.
I meant in relation to, for example, if you kill an animal,
Yes.
and then you have to come back as that animal.
No,
to
it doesn't work
experience
that
the other
way.
side.
It does not work that way. You can create the experience as if you've done that, but that's not what's mechanically actually happening.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You can go to another level of your consciousness, a higher level of your consciousness, an oversoul of an oversoul, perhaps, or an oversoul of an oversoul, or an oversoul, 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 that contains all of the connections to the human lives you have, all of the connections to the animal lives that are also part of the same oversoul of oversouls. And from that perspective, you can experience the idea of being the animal, but it's not actually happening as a personality shift. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes.
Does that answer your question specifically enough?
It does. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
My first question is, there's a theory going around that the Earth has no core of substance. It's hollow.
It is not.
Okay, thank you.
However, many people, when they explore certain areas on the Earth, or sometimes actually in the Earth, in tunnels and caves, will come across a portal that leads them into another dimension. And being in that dimension, they think they're still inside the physical Earth, when they've actually shifted to another reality altogether. And that's what they're calling the hollow earth. They think it's actually physically inside your planet, and it's not. It's another dimension of experience altogether. But they don't even know that they've crossed that dimensional line.
Okay, thank
Make
you.
sense?
Yes.
All right.
What can you tell me about the history of how the humanoid beings came to Earth, and how we became ourselves?
All right. Well, many of you perhaps are familiar with some of the ancient stories referred to as the extraterrestrial race of the Anu. Yes? Or what you call the Anunnaki. Yes?
Yes.
Well, in coming to your planet many hundreds of thousands of years ago, they took upon themselves the idea of genetic experimentation with the naturally evolved hominid species that already existed on your planet, that evolved naturally on your world.
The apes.
You call this Homo habilis.
Okay.
And they added their own extraterrestrial genetics to it to allow for the creation of Homo sapien. Now, if they had not done that, Homo habilis would have continued in its natural evolution. And they didn't do it to every single branch, which is why the natural evolved hominid on your planet actually did evolve alongside you. It's called Sasquatch. So if they had not introduced their genetic material into the idea of Homo sapien, you would actually all be Sasquatch today.
Okay, but since the Anunnaki, there have been many other species that have come,
There have been a few, yes.
such as...
Well, such as those beings you call the Greys, which are actually not exactly alien beings. They are mutated humans from a parallel Earth that destroyed itself, that had to tunnel into your and other realities where viable human DNA allows them to recreate their civilization and create the hybrids of which our civilization is one group. This is why we engage with all of you, because we are literally genetically family. And we are assisting you with this information to give you an opportunity to not go down the same path that destroyed their version of Earth.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes. And how did the Incas cut those stones and move them and shape them in such perfect ways?
There are a variety of technologies that have been lost to your civilization. A lot of it has to do with sound frequencies. A lot of it has to do with understanding certain kinds of plant chemistries that can actually soften rock.
Okay.
There are many different things that have been lost to your knowledge.
Did it have to do with extraterrestrial assistance?
In certain cases, yes, but not necessarily as often as you think. Many of the ancient races also had the ability to do what you call out-of-body travel, and thus they learned things on higher dimensions and simply brought the knowledge back and applied it. You can do this too, and many of you do. Does that help?
Yes. And one more.
Yes.
Can you give us any predictions, any information about the future of Ascension for humanity in the near future?
All right. Well, first and foremost, again, another caveat, another explanation of the idea of prediction. There's no such thing as a prediction of the future. A prediction is a sensing of the energy that exists at the moment the prediction is made. Now, if that energy has momentum behind it, has a lot of inertia behind it, and is unlikely to change, then it can perhaps manifest or come to pass. But if the energy changes, then the prediction is rendered obsolete. And in fact, sometimes hearing a prediction, which is a sensing of the energy that exists at that moment, that seems most probable, most likely, hearing the prediction can actually change the energy. Because now you know what the probability is, and if you don't prefer that outcome, you can actually change it and render the prediction obsolete.
Okay.
Because you have many probable parallel reality futures to pick from. Some of them have a lot of momentum behind them because your collective consciousness has agreed that this is the direction you will go in general. You definitely are heading in the direction and are in the process of ascending, which again is just raising your frequency to be more in alignment with your true self, which is why it's so important to act on your highest excitement, because that's what it does for you. And if you were not ascending, it is very improbable we would be having these conversations. So we, in a sense, are a marker that your frequency is shifting, because now it's probable that you can have conversations with beings from other dimensions, other realms, other realities. This is becoming more natural in your society. And it can continue if that's the path you have set yourself on. In terms of the idea of open extraterrestrial contact, the most likely probability for this to begin and being representative of having arrived at an ascension point that is sufficient for open contact to occur, as we read the energy now, is most likely between your years of 2025 and 2033. Beyond that, absolutely no later than 2050 as we read the energy now. You can accelerate it, you can stretch it out. Each person also may experience this in a slightly different way because each and every one of you is a different reality. You're just agreeing to create what appears to be a similar reality, but it's not the same one. As many people are here, that's how many realities are actually here. So the idea also is to remember that you actually never change the earth that you're on. You change yourself and you shift to another version, another parallel reality version of Earth that is already more reflective of the change you've made within yourself. That's how it works. You never change the Earth you're on. That Earth still exists. The Earth that you were on 5 minutes ago still exists somewhere else. And you're not on it anymore. You're not focused on it anymore as this you. A version of you is still there perhaps, but not this version. You're now on a different Earth because you're a different person, moment to moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. You're constantly shifting through billions of parallel realities with your consciousness every second. That's what creates the experience you call time. Time is a side effect of your consciousness shifting through different frames of parallel realities, creating the continuity illusion of time and space. Just like the frames on a film strip that you project on a screen to create the illusion of movement in a movie. Each frame is its own reality and has absolutely no movement, no experience whatsoever in it. But when you shine your consciousness through that frame and another and another and another and another, like a projector light, you then are shifting billions of times a second to create an illusion of change and movement in space and time, and that's how you experience the idea of discovery and growth. But it's your consciousness experience.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes. And would you say that by this time, between 2025 and 2033, the majority of the Western world, for example, would be consciously aware of the reality of our spiritual nature and our...
No, not necessarily,
No.
but enough of you will. Please understand, it takes far fewer people in alignment with their true self to outweigh all the people not in alignment, because being not in alignment is not a cohesive effect. It takes very few people being in alignment to create the idea of a collective momentum that overpowers or outweighs the idea of everyone acting separately. Does that make sense? So it doesn't require that the majority of your population is aligned that way in order for the effect to be experienced by those people. The other people that don't wish to experience that will shift to a parallel Earth where they don't experience that. You understand?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. Will that do?
Yes.